Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. You know, one of the great joys and great pleasures that I have as a marriage, family, child therapist, as a clinical hypnotherapist, is seeing people grow, to watch them as they do their healing work, to watch them as they blossom. The other night, had a weight loss client, a Slender for Life client that came in, and she was thrilled to death. She was down 5 pounds. And this is a young woman in her 20s and who's been struggling the last couple weeks with sweets, with mostly, if I recall correctly, it's cakes and cookies and dessert types of stuff. And this week, she was able to do it differently. She said there was still that struggle. There was a part of her that really, really wanted the sugar, that really wanted, desired, craved the cakes and the cookies. But she recognized that there was also a part of her that wanted to be at her healthy goal weight. And that this week, the part of her that wanted to be at her healthy goal weight was stronger than she'd ever remember it being. That she described in her words were the bad part, the part of herself that wanted the sweets, the cakes, the cookies, the other desserts, that bad part was craving all these things, but there was, which again, her words, the good part, that just stood her ground and said, no, we're not going to do that. And she was thrilled because each time she did that and had that conversation with herself, she felt more empowered, she felt stronger, and was able to stay more in control of herself. And she went all week without the desserts, without the sugar, the cake, the cookies. And the more she did it, the less there was that craving, the calling from, again, her words, the bad part of herself. And she was thrilled to death with this. And of course, I was thrilled, I was excited. And so then we started talking about, using her, in quote, bad part, about, well, what does that part of her really want? What does it really need? And in the conversation, what she was really looking for was fun. She wanted to do something fun. She wanted to do something different. And I said, so instead of referring to this as the bad part, what if we call it the fun part of yourself? And so what is something different that you could do to bring fun, to bring joy, to bring some excitement into your life that doesn't involve food? And we talked about possibility of taking some dance classes. We talked about maybe going to a movie, but she said that she didn't have many friends, and so she'd be going to a movie by herself, and that wasn't very much fun. And one of the things she wanted to do was to take kickboxing. And there was a critical part of herself that was saying that she was too overweight, in her words again, too fat to take kickboxing lessons, but there was the fun part that wanted to do that. And I said, so, there was that part of you this week that stepped in and took control and said, no, we're not going to do that. And I said, I didn't hear that as a critical part of yourself. In fact, I heard it as a very loving, very nurturing part of yourself that was saying, no, I'm going to protect you, I'm going to keep you safe, and we're not going to eat those sweets. And I said, so what if that loving, nurturing part of yourself helped the fun part of yourself go find a kickboxing class? And make it okay, even at this weight, to go do kickboxing and do the best you can with it. And that really interested her and something that she was going to look into. And we talked about some other possibilities of some of her hobbies and things that she could do that would be fun, that would be relaxing, that would be playful, that could bring some excitement and joy in her life versus being solely dependent upon the desserts, the cakes, the cookies, and the sugars. And we also talked about, there is that critical part of herself that always wants to beat herself up and make her wrong and call her names and you're a loser and all those things, about that loving, nurturing, parental adult part of herself, of protecting that younger part of herself that wanted to go have fun, that wanted to go have play, protecting her from that critical parent part of herself. And it was just great joy on my part to watch this client process this through and learn ways of working with herself, of negotiating with herself. And we talked a little bit about, well, how crazy is it to have these conversations with yourself? And I said, hey, we're always having conversations with ourselves. we have these inner dialogues going. To me, the insane part, the crazy making part, is when we're beating ourselves up and making ourselves wrong and telling we're not good enough and we're too old, too young, that we're a male, we're a female, that we can't do this, we can't do that, we're not smart enough or don't have enough money or we're too fat or too slow or whatever it might be. That's the crazy part, is when that part is running our lives, or the part that's rebelling and saying, fine, I'll show you, I'm going to eat as much cake as I possibly can. That's crazy making. But to me, what is really healthy is when that very loving, nurturing part of yourself, when that part takes control and is writing the show, is running the show, is directing your life, and working with all the other various parts, the aspects of yourself, creating the fun, creating the joy, creating the healthy things in life. And it's just a real thrill to work with people and watch them grow and watch them blossom, and I'm very honored to be able to be a part of that process and watch people as they progress in their own journey and in their own way. And here at Hypnosis Health Info, you're going to find lots of tools that are going to support you in your own healing journey. You know, there's articles, there's the written information on the light switch self-hypnosis and written suggestions and power minutes. There's audio tools about those same things. There's lots of videos at Hypnosis Health Info and on YouTube also about how to use these tools. There's articles written by other hypnotherapists and other healers throughout the world. And you'll also find Hypnosis Health Radio, which is filled with interviews of people, other professionals, other healers, on helping you in your healing journey to wellness, whether it's weight loss or whether you're dealing with irritable bowel or fibromyalgia or recovering from cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, whether you're dealing with stress or parental issues or whatever it might be. There's lots of tools here at Hypnosis Health Info to help you in your journey. And I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of your process. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.